A dry evening for your 4th of July across the First Coast tonight. We had some isolated thunderstorms earlier in the day, most of which have now subsided and moved off to our west and southwest. But you can see it there behind me. That big area of clouds and thunderstorms just 150 miles to our east. That is what is now Tropical Depression 3. So let's give you a closer look at the infrared satellite and where this storm is eventually going to track here over the weekend. Now, there are very warm waters just off the coast there because the storm's sitting over the Gulf Stream. So we do anticipate it to strengthen at least a little bit into what will become a tropical storm Chantal either by late this evening or early tomorrow morning. And then it will just slowly make its way northward up toward the South Carolina coastline either by late tomorrow night or early Sunday morning, making landfall as a very low-end tropical storm. But because of that, we do have tropical storm watches issued and in effect pretty much from Oak Island, North Carolina, down through Myrtle Beach and then down towards the Charleston area. A lot of models are continuing, though, to stay pretty consistent with a track pretty much right toward Charleston Harbor. So here's dinner time tomorrow night. So about 24 hours from now, you can see the strongest winds generally on the northern or northeastern extent of the storm as it pushes onshore. Here it has landfall right around 9 to 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So really the timing of it not going to change what we experience here on the First Coast. We're still expecting some rough surf out there. Rip currents will be a concern throughout your Saturday. Thankfully not so much by the end of the holiday weekend on Sunday, but also just a heightened or enhanced storm chances here throughout your day tomorrow, especially between the hours of 12 and 8 p.m., which is why we do have that weather impact alert in effect for your Saturday afternoon and evening. So let's time it out. Here's tomorrow morning, a chance for a few coastal showers. These are going to be very light tomorrow morning if you happen to even see one. And then as you get after lunchtime and into the afternoon, we're really just going to have these waves or bands of showers and isolated thunderstorms move on shore. So you might have a few storms embedded with 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts throughout the afternoon and even continuing into the evening hours. Many of these will kind of be off and on. So you will have dry time throughout the day. It's not going to be an all-day rain event, but really just enough to inhibit any outdoor plans you have for your Saturday. Now, Sunday, first half of the day is looking pretty good. Our wind direction, though, will change by the afternoon, much more out of the southwest. So that's actually going to pull more moisture and thunderstorm activity over towards the Gulf Coast, closer to the Jacksonville metro area and the 95 corridor. So after about 2 o'clock, get ready for just some of those pretty typical afternoon downpours and thunderstorms closer to Jacksonville and more of our beaches there by your Sunday evening, but likely staying just below our weather impact alert criteria there for the end of the holiday weekend. Then, as we finally head into next week, you're trying to recuperate after the long weekend perhaps. We're still going to have some thunderstorm chances, but the big story is really going to be the heat and the humidity. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the mid-90s, but dew points in the mid to even upper 70s. So that's going to make it feel anywhere from about 10 to 12 degrees warmer than the actual air temperature. So real feels or your heat indices anywhere from about 104 to 107 through most of next week. Very, very close to heat advisory criteria. So make sure you stay hydrated through this weekend, especially into next week as the heat continues to crank up here through the middle of July.